if we're going to be talking about the Bible, and maybe the place to start is the Bible trustworthy? If what we have and what we read today, is that reliable? We've heard questions about the accuracy of translations. And I mean, even recently we saw people saying, hey, there's stuff missing from the Bible.
Right, missing verses.
Missing verses, yeah, yeah. And so if you buy a Bible and you start reading it, how do we know that this is, maybe a good version, or if it's trustworthy to learn? Because we're talking about living our lives with God. Don't we want to have the most reliable source?
Yeah, that's a great question. And again, I've heard those same things too. People have emailed me and said, hey, this verse is missing from Matthew or stuff like that. So let's just start back with what is the Bible and kind of start there. The word Bible simply means book. And so when we talk about the Bible, we're talking about one of the most unique documents that we have anywhere. It's a powerful document, and in it, we believe that God reveals himself in new and unique ways. And in fact, the Bible's been the center of faith and practice for over 2,000 years, especially the New Testament in particular. So, like you said, people have come up with this question is, can I trust the Bible? How do I know I've got an accurate Bible? Or they'll say, isn't this just a book of stories? And how do we know that the people who wrote it are telling the truth? So today, let's just look at the New Testament.
Okay.
Mostly because of time constraints. We could look at the Hebrew Bible, Old Testament. In fact, let me just say here, I rarely call the Old Testament the Old Testament. Mm-hmm. It's not old in that sense. It's still very meaningful. And so I usually call it the Hebrew Bible. So if I refer to that going forward, that's why. But again, today we're going to focus on the New Testament in particular. And so the first question when you get to the New Testament is, how do we know that the documents that we have in our hands today are trustworthy? And so we're going to take more of a scientific approach to it and look at, okay, you've got this book, and how do you know that we have what the original authors wrote?
Right.